1 year ago today, the world was introduced to Roller Champions. It was announced during Ubisoft's E3 conference, and the very first playtest for the game was on June 10th, 2019. While it didn't blow up, and the community is on the smaller side, this game changed my life for the better. If you manage to sit through my rambling, we're going to talk about the closed beta and when we think it might come around. But the only way to understand why this game is so significant to me, we have to go back a little bit. In 2015, I was 17 years old when I started playing Rocket League. I had always been a fan of competitive multiplayer, but I had never dipped into the esports scene. Back then I barely knew what esports was. But within a year's time, I was playing an ESL with my friends, and after that I was jumping from team to team, slowly learning that I wanted to drop my career path of music and put my time towards video games. Now, I like to consider myself a decent Rocket League player. I've won my fair share of tournaments, smaller tournaments, obviously, but I never became a professional, and unfortunately that brought a lot of issues with self-confidence, jealousy, and depression. Towards the end, in early 2019, I had given up on esports for Rocket League and accepted I was too far behind. I had real-life friends who were still competing to get better. Meanwhile, I had already had my fill and just wanted to play for fun. This caused a lot of trouble in my friend group, and when it was all said and done, I stopped hanging out with my friends. We had made plans to go to RLCS together, only for everyone to fight constantly and call it quits after I had already purchased a non-refundable hotel room for everyone and had the tickets in my hand. So I stopped talking to everyone, and I stopped playing Rocket League because it just brought up bad memories and I stopped having fun. My wife and I have always watched E3. We've watched every show together for the last 5 years. Little did I know the Ubisoft conference was going to bring life back into the competitive spirit that I had when I was a teenager. When they revealed Roller Champs, I couldn't help but judge it as a Rocket League player. Their making a Rocket League clone quickly turned into, this game actually looks pretty cool. And when they announced it would be playable right then and there, I couldn't resist giving it a try. My very first match, I remember telling my wife that I was very surprised and impressed. And 3 hours later that turned into, I think I might be pretty good at this game. Like most competitive games, I joined a Discord to communicate with everyone and see how everyone, was enjoying the game and how everybody else was playing the game. And it was a lot of fun. Over the course of a few days, I made the quick and easy decision that I wanted to be a bigger part of the community. So I talked to the owners about becoming a moderator. I was pretty quickly shut down, which is expected. I'm a stranger on someone else's territory. But I had a gut feeling that I could make a really cool server for these people. I had past experience running and owning an esports org with a small group, and while we didn't succeed in the games that our teams played, we succeeded in building an awesome place for people to hang out, and I was ready to do it again. Within days, I was battered with hate. The other server blasted me and spread the word around that I was trying to split the community. I was called names, and I was caused unnecessary drama because I wanted to be a part of this game. There isn't an easy way to say it. If I couldn't be a part of what someone else was doing, I was going to do my own thing, and I was going to try to do it well, and I did. Without the game being live, we had activity. I did giveaways for custom Roller Champion stuff to try to keep the hype train rolling for the community. I was having fun, and that's always been important to me in any gaming community. I placed top 10 in the E3 playtest, number 2 in North America. After that, I really got a boost of confidence, so I made montages and started bringing life back into my social media channels. To my surprise, the team took notice of the server, of the videos, of my gameplay. I was in shock. With a little bit of luck and hard work, I managed to get an opportunity to do a video with Stefan and V, 2 members of the Roller Champions team. We planned for a month and shot the video over the course of 2 days. While it was poorly made on my part, I don't know if I'd be where I am if I hadn't made that connection at that time. So for months following, I tried to keep the server hyped. Every morning I checked Reddit, I checked Twitter, YouTube for anything and everything Roller Champions related. I was confident that there wasn't anything Roller Champions related that I hadn't seen. But after so long, I began getting a little tired of holding everything down. The obvious plan in the long run was having a verified server, but that started to sway towards just being a moderator on an official server if one were ever to be made. Just like that, in January of this year, I got a message from some of the community managers on the team. They had the same idea as I did. I owned the vanity URL for my Discord server at the time, and they wanted to discuss their plans for making a verified server, and wanted to bring me along. Now this is exactly what I was hoping for, and within minutes we were all on the same page. So we spent time talking server plans, organizing everything, and a few months later it was open and it was public. To this day, I still feel kind of bad for the other servers that I couldn't be a part of, toes I might have stepped on in the process, but before I knew it, I was a full-on hype man for this game, and I was happy. In March, the closed alpha was announced, and all of my work over the last year while the game was absent paid off. My channel got traction, I played well, and I had made tons of friends that I am beyond thankful for. Roller Champions might not have directly changed my life, but it taught me that if you work hard and you stay positive, you can get out of the hole you're in. I miss my Rocket League friends from back then, from the earlier story to this day, but sometimes I hope they see these videos and understand that without them, I found a whole new competitive edge that I never knew I had, and I'm better off. I made great friends, have a great support system, and I have a career path in sight. So where does that leave us? The closed beta still hasn't been announced, but I think if we take a closer look, we might already have our answer. Listen to this short clip from my old developer interview video from last year.
All that to say that we are given a few more months of development, and what it actually means for us is that following this announcement, we're excited to say that we will have a live testing phase starting spring 2020, entering the summer 2020, where you guys will be able to lace up your rollers and come back to the rink and play again and give us a whole bunch of feedback yet again.
Now, at the time, I thought maybe the test was going to last from spring into the summer, but with the closed alpha, we learned that these playtests are short. The official first day of summer is June 20th, and Ubisoft Forward is an event happening just a few weeks later on July 12th. Assuming the game doesn't drop randomly, I feel like it is pretty safe to say that we're going to hear more about Roller Champions during this event. They have other games lined up, but this would be their stage. This would be their opportunity to grab the biggest audience and show them how far the game has come since last year. Now keep in mind, this is just speculation. Ubisoft has a lot of games lined up this year, and for all I know, I could be wrong. But what do you think? Let me know. Roller Champions is a game that isn't even out yet, that has become a daily part of my routine for exactly 1 year today. There's a community here that loves this game, that talks about this game every single day, and they're just as excited as I am to get back into the arena. Here's to hoping by the time the 2-year mark comes around, the game will be out, and my journey, as well as yours, has more exciting things to add to the book. I'm not a professional YouTuber. Hell, a lot of my videos are jumbled, poorly edited, poor mic quality, and I talk too fast. But for some reason, people are watching, and whether you're subscribed or not, I'm thankful. This past year has brought such a fresh feeling to my life, and while I'm still tackling obstacles in my daily life, I'm thankful I can come home and go to a place where I feel welcome. Thanks for an amazing year. I'll talk to you all soon.
And Insanity and Raptor and all of these other really good players, those matches where everybody in the lobby was grinding for this competitive scene and had figured out just about every aspect of the game, those matches are ones that I can't wait for people to see, because they really are the whole soul of the game, and it really shows how much potential this game has as an esport.
And it's an honor, to be honest, to sit here and talk to you guys, both from a game level and on a personal level. I love Roller Champions and I love everything about it. They gave us the big news that the closed alpha for Roller Champions is finally starting. I can't believe it's almost been a year since we had our hands on the game in the first place back in June of 2019. The closed alpha will be going on from March 11th to the 20th. Use pump to gain speed on downward slopes, jump up walls, and pump back down them to really start building up speed.